Hi guys, Hamster here. I wanted to share another video with you guys on some stuff that I've been looking at on enhanced trigger guards. Recently I've been motivated to do a few upgrades on my rifle, try to make it run a little better, and try to solve some issues that I've had due to other upgrades. And one of the things I've done, I installed the Magpul bad lever right here, which I gotta say I absolutely love. Here's a shot of the other side of it. Bolts right onto the weapon, no modifications to the weapon. I think it's an improvement on how the weapon operates. It is a training issue for me. I'm gonna have to relearn how I do a few things, but it is a huge improvement, and I believe does make the weapon operate better. And for the price of the bad lever, around $25 or so, or $25 to $30, I think it's an outstanding upgrade. The only thing I did notice, which I didn't think it was an issue at the time, was the trigger guard being the stock trigger guard. I didn't feel was an issue with the gloved hands that I've been running. The standard trigger guard seemed to work fine, but now that I've added the bad lever into the trigger guard area, it's made it a little crowded, and I felt it would be an asset if I was to enhance the trigger guard and go to a bigger trigger guard. And what I've discovered, a couple different things. One of the most popular trigger guards out there right now is the Magpul enhanced trigger guard, and they come in either polymer or aluminum. And a lot of these are real popular. A lot of guys like them. I got one here. I've been looking at it, and it solves the issue of giving you more space. That it does. It's reasonably priced, around $19. It takes care of a cosmetic issue, which a lot of guys seem to be obsessed about, which I really haven't had an issue. But right here there's a small gap, and this will fill that gap and gives you a little bit cleaner look. It does not interfere with me. I've never felt it to be an issue, so it's nothing I've been worried about. So that's why one of the things I've never bothered to look to upgrade my trigger guard until I've added the bad lever, and I felt it was necessary. This particular product goes in and uses a small set screw through here where the detent pin is right now, and not everybody has an issue, but there has been quite a few issues with that set screw, either becoming stripped or broken, or the Allen's stripped out and you can't remove it. So not everybody's had that problem, but it has been an issue with the trigger guard. The stock trigger guard, yeah, of course the phone would ring right when I'm doing a video. I really like how it uses this little detent, little spring-loaded detent. I really like that, so I would like to retain that feature and basically improve the area inside the trigger guard. So what I found was from Troy Industries enhanced trigger guard, they make a beautiful aluminum trigger guard that uses the standard detent. So it uses the standard, let's see if I can do this here, the standard spring-loaded detent, push down, flip out. So with the Troy Industries, you wind up with a trigger guard that operates pretty much like the factory one, and uses a little spring-loaded detent. Set this back down here so I can lock that back in, and locks up the same way. So you're not going to have any of the issues. Granted, it doesn't fill the gap, but it does what it's supposed to do, is give you more room for your finger. Extremely well made, rounded edges. I mean, just beautifully made, works fantastic. So if you're looking for a trigger guard and you're not really into the set screw, for $6 more you can eliminate that problem. Now, one thing I will share in regards to doing the trigger guard, that's specific like to my brand of rifle. This is an Armalite, and there is something unique to the Armalites. On this pin is it's not symmetrical. It's bigger on one end than the other, kind of like a small finish nail. This pin needs to be driven out from right to left and put back in from left to right the same way you took it out, because one end is slightly larger. Now, when I did this trigger guard, I did change this myself. Wasn't that big a deal. What I did, I mean, take it or leave it, I lubricated everything prior to removal. I put oil on everything, let it sit, and then I tapped it out. And when I tapped it out, I used my little armorer's block. You can use a block of wood. This has a small hole here, but I supported, make sure that the trigger guard was, the area was supported, had the small hole to drive the pin into. So you want to make sure this is supported. You can do the same thing with a block of wood and some masking tape so you don't scar your weapon up. And I used a small punch. Actually, I used this particular punch and this hammer. Was able to just carefully tap it out, came right out. If it doesn't come, then maybe you want to stop and seek some help on that. Also, before I assembled it, lubricate everything. So if you lubricate it before you take it apart, lubricate it before you put it back together, you shouldn't have any problem, and make sure you support this so you don't damage anything. But on the Armalites, it needs to come out from right to left, be put back in from left to right, and pay attention how it comes out. One end is slightly bigger. It's real subtle, but you got to look at it and then put it back in the same way, and you will have no issues. Other manufacturers may be symmetrical, and the pin may come just straight in and out. Troy Industries and Magpul both do provide you with new roll pins. I mean, you can do what you want. This is what I chose to do. Since this roll pin was not damaged in any way, and I know this roll pin fits this weapon perfectly, I chose to reuse the original roll pin with the new trigger guard. I think that's a good idea. You know it's going to fit. You're not going to have any issues. You're not going to wind up getting this thing stuck or broken if you use the roll pin that you took out of there. So lubrication, reusing the roll pin, and remember on the Armalites, it must be taken out from right to left. So big improvement. I have added the MOE Flat Dark Earth Magpul guard, replaced the original one. I do like how it feels. I went with this because my hand is not abnormally big or small. My hand's pretty typical, and I felt this would work fine, which it does. And being a one-piece construction, I thought may be more durable. Another issue that I have had is when I upgraded to the new Optic here on the ACOG. I gotta say, I absolutely love this ACOG. It's fixed several problems for me. You know, one of them being I'm cross-eye dominant, so the addition of a red dot or magnification makes my right eye the dominant eye. But to have the proper eye relief, this hangs over the charging handle. So I was able to, it was an issue I've been neglecting and needing to deal with, and how I dealt with it now, I did wind up buying one of the BCM gunfighter charging handles, and this is the medium, and I gotta say, I absolutely love this charging handle. If there is one upgrade you're going to do on your AR, I would suggest buying a high quality charging handle, one that's much easier to manipulate from the side as this gunfighter is. So this solves my issue with getting around the Optic. So sometimes when you do an upgrade, you'll solve one problem but maybe create another. This solved the problem, created one. This fixed it. The bad lever made the weapon much easier to manipulate, but caused a new problem with space in the trigger area. The new trigger guard has fixed that. So if you're in the market for a trigger guard, take a look at the Troy Industries. $6 more. I think you get a better product. I think the small gap is purely cosmetic. I wouldn't worry about that. I worry more about the function and how it makes the weapon perform over the appearance. I mean, some things appearance is nice, like I did choose this in Flat Dark Earth because I'm checking that color out and I'm really digging that color. So I may be doing some more stuff here in the future. But Magpul enhanced trigger guard, good. But I gotta say the Troy Industry enhanced trigger guard is a home run. I think it's a better product. I mean, if this is what you need to fix that gap and you're not interested about it swing down, obviously you can't make this swing down and fill that gap. So Magpul had to choose either fill the gap or swing down, and they chose to fill the gap and go with the set screw. But set screws do have their own set of problems. And I want to give a shout out to a guy I think is a really good young man who has a fantastic channel. I think he has a fantastic channel because he's a great guy. So I want to give it, he's the one who recommended the charging handle, which I gotta say I absolutely love, and I enjoyed watching that video. I don't have any fancy graphics here, guys, so this is my graphics here. Check out Navy Man 8903. Got a fantastic channel, and he's a great guy. So if you're in the market for a trigger guard, take a look at the Troy Industry enhanced trigger guard, and I think you'll be happy with it. Thanks for watching.